started, the only thing I ask from you guys is to try to remain seated, but ultimately please just don't touch the glass in case I go through it. But I do work with every gator you guys see in here. Each one of these guys does at least 1 or 2 shows a day. They all take turns, none of them get stressed or anything like that. But the biggest gator we have in here, his name is Depot. He's at a whopping 10 feet and 400 pounds. He is that guy in the water over there. I'm gonna go inside and lift up his head so y'all can see just how big he is. Excuse me, guys. Here's our big goofball. Notice how his head alone is around as big as my torso, and he is famous for his blinding speed and aggression. What? Blinding speed. He's a big old sweetheart. He's really not that bad. And try not to look so visibly disappointed. He didn't rip off my arms, guys. Come on. Now, he is so big, people do ask us, how old is he, or how old is that one, or that one? And the truth is, we have no idea. There is no way to tell the age of an alligator by looking. No size or measurement tells you, so that's why in here we cut him in half and count the rings. I'm sorry, guys, it's a live show full of horrible jokes. You're going to have to work through the pain with me here. It gets way worse. But like I said, there's really no way to tell their age, right? Alligator size is actually dependent upon diet and environmental factors, not on how old they are. So literally any one of these alligators could be 20 or 75. We'd have no clue. But some records in captivity do claim to have alligators over 100 years old. So they're very long-lived. But at the same time, let's say we have 2 baby alligators. If you feed one twice as much as its sibling within the same amount of time, that individual will literally be twice the size. Now, in here we'll feed them raw chicken and other kinds of meat out in the wild. They're what you call an opportunistic hunter. They will eat anything from raccoons, turtles, fish, bird, deer, and of course their favorite, tourists. Yay! Which, guys, there's over 1 million alligators out in the state of Florida alone. If they really wanted to kill and eat people, guys, we have people dying every day. We have more people killed annually by vending machines than by alligators, and that's not a bad joke or a punchline. Guy gets angry, can't get a candy bar, he'll shake a vending machine, he'll fall down and crush him. More often than people get killed by those things, which says everything you guys need to know about alligator aggressiveness and human intelligence. Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and grab an alligator. And I know everybody's looking at the water. You're like, ew, it's yellow, it's gator pee. Guys, it's not gator pee, it's Gatorade. But it is well watered, and we do scrub it out and clean it every single day. Since it comes out of the ground, though, it has a high iron content. Now, I'm looking for there you are. Looking for a specific alligator. I think that's him. Let me see him. Come on over here, buddy. Yep.
Oh my god.
As you can see, this alligator is thrilled right now. Okay. We are going to look inside of his mouth real quick, guys. There is a whopping 80 teeth in here. 40 on the top, 40 on the bottom. Now they can actually break their teeth off, grow them back, and they cycle through several thousand in a lifetime. Now that comes in handy because of how hard he can bite. Large alligator can bite down with an entire ton of force within his mouth. That is a whopping 2,000 pounds per square inch of power. Now, even though he can bite down so hard, he can keep his mouth shut with your bare hands, as you see me doing right now. All of that power is for closing. Very little for opening, so if you're ever about to be attacked, guys, you just gotta turn around, grab the jaws, you'll do great. You're gonna wanna run for your life. But we do have all of these alligators in here for a reason. We're actually an alligator rescue, and these are all considered to be wild caught, rescued, nuisance alligators. Now, a nuisance alligator is one that shows up in a backyard, swimming pool, he ate Fluffy, stuff like that. Now, once when an alligator eats somebody's dog, the state of Florida sends out an alligator trapper to capture and kill the alligator. Unless that dog is a Pomeranian, they'll let that one go, it's fine, no one cares. But it's really sad. The state of Florida does actually kill over 8,000 nuisance alligators a year, which is really not their fault. It's usually a nuisance person that causes the problem, and by that I mean people that feed them. The second you feed this guy, he learns to associate people with food. You don't have the food. You are the food. That's why it's against a lot of feed 'em. So what we do here, guys, is we do shows with these nuisance alligators instead of killing them and turning them into a pair of boots, which he obviously appreciates, right? Yes, he does. That's why we're an alligator rescue, because every gator you see here would have sadly been shot and killed if they weren't here with us. We're very fortunate enough to work with one of the only committed non-kill gator trappers around. I work under him and I help rescue these guys in people's backyards myself. That goofball over there was caught at 4 in the morning on someone's front doorstep. Imagine, you're up early for work, you open your front door, and surprise, he's sitting on your welcome mat. Now this gator was promptly rescued. Again, I say the word rescue because if a different trapper showed up, they just shoot the poor guy and that's that. The reasoning, though, behind that is, as nuisance alligator trappers, none of them actually get paid to capture the alligator. Their payment is the body of the animal, thereby incentivizing other trappers to kill them to sell the meat and the hide. And that's what the group that I work with are the only ones dumb enough to work for free. So we volunteer our time unpaid to rescue them out of people's backyards and swimming pools instead of killing them for a profit. And we rescued about 500 over the past several years. Now, whenever we get one from someone's backyard, they'll stay here for a little bit, right? We'll see if he has the right personality to be able to do shows. If he doesn't, we'll send him straight to another alligator sanctuary. If he does, we'll keep him, train him, then retire an older alligator. So it's like a revolving door. They don't stay in here forever, but sadly, guys, the only options these animals have is captivity or death. The state does not allow the release or relocation of nuisance alligators back out into the wild due to their homing ability. What that means is, if I were to take this guy, drop him off 100 miles out into the middle of nowhere, give him a couple months, he'll wind up in the very same backyard he was caught from. They use the Earth's magnetic field to find their way, and that's also why alligators are recognized as such amazing navigators. Don't worry, the rest of you will get in a couple minutes. Now guys, alligator wrestling isn't like real wrestling. I'm sorry, I don't hurt, headlock, or body slam the poor animal. They're the techniques used by the native tribes of Florida. Now, one of their maneuvers was holding the jaws shut between your chin and your chest, allowing your hands to be free so you could then take out a rope to tie the jaws shut, so you could bring the animal back alive to camp, because meat would spoil very quickly out here in the hot Florida sun. Now, this does sound like a horrible, dangerous idea, because it is, so I'm going to show it to you, but it makes a cool looking photo. I'm going to give you guys a thumbs out to the side like this. If anything goes horrifically wrong, switch your camera from photo to video. Now, let's see. Are you going to behave, buddy? Nice. And ta-da.
Okay.
Woo. Thank you so much. Now for the biggest questions that we get asked all day. Why aren't they all attacking me? Why aren't they more aggressive? How am I still alive? And why do y'all look so disappointed I'm still alive? Now, the number one thing people think to themselves is, you just fed him, that's why he's so calm. And if you're thinking that, you're the first person to die. Feeding them does not make them calm and happy. It creates a feeding frenzy. It is the last thing we do for the week. Then we go home. We don't come back in here because you're all going nuts. But a lot of the time, though, people think to themselves, like, I feed my dog and he loves me. Why wouldn't it be the same? Does this look like your dog? He does not think or act like your dog. This guy here sees me as food. I bring food with me. That is what he calls a buy one, get one free. But at the same time, guys, when an alligator first comes in from the wild, they don't act like this. He is going to try to kill me with every fiber of his being because he thinks I'm going to kill him, and he's going to defend himself out of fear.